Maybe putting one toy in a box. Maybe putting the pillow back on the bed. That's cleaning for a 3-year-old. I don't need her to be with me. I could clean that room faster without her in there. I know how to do it. I don't need Grace at all to clean that room. So why in the world do we do it together? You see, I want Grace to learn about the Father, me. And as we clean together, as we put our toys together, I give my daughter lots of that, girls. Good job. And we learn about one another, and she learns what a good room should look like, and she learns how to call upon me and how to work with me. She learns a whole bunch about her Father as she cleans the room up with me. And you know who gets the credit at the end? Grace. Good job, Grace. And she gets a little star on her magnetic sheet, and she loves stars, and she gets her star in that room for that day, and she gets all the credit. And she learned a whole lot about me. Our Father does the same thing. And I often wonder sometimes, but having Grace clean up her room has taught me that God works with us. And even though He has already done all the good in advance for us to do, we learn about the Father as He conforms us, as He works with us, as we call upon His name, as that fatherly relationship works in us and around us. You see, when God molds us, He tenderizes us. And as He tenderizes us, something happens. Yes, it can be painful working with the Father, and it can be painful working with our earthly father sometimes. We begin to see the world in a different way. It's easy to see the faults and all the ways we've had bad luck and how the world has cheated us out of something. It's easy to see the sins in others, but when the Father starts to tenderize us, we begin to see something else. The sins of ourselves through Jesus Christ. As He molds us and conforms us to His will. You see, God has promised from our baptism, which we had right here, from the very time of the baptism, God has promised to condition or justify us in forgiveness. And for the entire life of this child, for the entire life of God's children, He is with us, conforming us, working in us, doing His fatherly duties, developing that relationship with us. And you know, I have to tell you, that takes a lifetime and some. You see, working with God, we slowly learn to trust in Him. And maybe trust in Him fully. And living by faith is not without its risk. It definitely puts us in harm. And so when we call out to God to save us from ourselves, to save us from the evil in this world and the next, God answers us with His name and pulls us out of this world and into Jesus Christ and saves us not only from the troubles of this world, but the world to come. He spares us from the evil of this world and even the greatest evil of all, death. When we call upon the name of the Father, He provides. And we learn so much about Him. In this world, there is dying and there is dancing. There is drowning and there is rising. That way we might be drawn away or separated from God. Despite ourselves, we are brought to the point where we have to ask again and again. We are hindered and defeated in various ways until we wonder if we could ever live or survive, or whether there is even a Father for us. But you see, when we do call upon the Father, we will be comforted in ways that this world will never know, as we are lifted up, as we are held, as we are provided for by a God who knows us. You see, God does not outsource His love for us. God does not farm out His will He is directly working with us. You see, our Father has you. Our Father knows you. Our Father provides and keeps you. Our Father is with you right now. And it is through the promises of God that He abundantly pours out to us every day. And it is in this relationship with the Father that faith grows, hope surges, and love blooms. Praise be to God for that.